All right, what I'm working on now is getting my cookie balls. They have been in the freezer for a couple days. These are the homemade bacon chocolate chips with candied bacon cookies. I thought they were pretty great. But I will have 4 8-packs because that's just the size and how many fit in the size bags I have right now. So 4 sets of 8 cookies going into the freezer, and we can pull them out whenever we want some fresh hot cookies. All right, I've created a huge mess, but what I did is make a mega batch of, these are like the Chinese chicken fingers that you get at the Chinese food restaurant. Mine are a little dark because I seasoned the batter with soy sauce and hoisin and ginger, so they are super flavorful. They look kind of burnt, but they're not. It's just the batter's a little darker. And then I also did, I dried and powdered salsa that I made, and I'm using that as a seasoning in this chicken or it's like flour and that salsa seasoning for like chicken wraps. Super delicious. This is the salsa one. I also made a batch with dill pickle seasoning that I have made on my own, but that's all that's left, just 2 of those. So all a huge hit. And then when these cool, some of these are going to be flash frozen, so we can pull these out and do any kind of chicken, orange chicken, honey chicken, ginger chicken, whatever. You know, I do that. And then we can pull these ones out for wraps at any time and then just toss them in the air fryer and they'll be crispy and delicious. Holy moly. Look how much my bread has proved. It's doubled in size. It's doubled in size. Time to get to work. Alright, we're jumping into the project. So I had leftover sausage gravy that I froze in these little pucks, and that got me inspired. So then I made chili and had some chili leftovers. I kind of blended it a little so it's nice and it's kind of smooth. And then I froze them in these spooky ice cube trays. But so I think I'm going to do is take my dough and make little biscuits and gravy bombs and chili dog bombs. I think it's going to be delicious. So I'll show you. I already did 1 pan of the sausage gravy. I'll go show you those as they're rising. Alright, these are over here on the stove, just rising. I'm going to egg wash them and then bake them in just a little bit. Alright, first things out of the oven are these perfect pigs in a blanket with everything bagel seasonings. Look at that. They're pillowy and crispy and soft. Oh, they're absolutely delicious. Alright, well some of these busted on out, but whatever. I'm sure they're going to taste good. Look at that one didn't. That one didn't. Okay, a little bit. But they're absolutely beautiful. I'm going to let them cool down and then have someone come try one. Alright, the last pan. Boy, I didn't really make a beautiful product, but chili cheese dog are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then these 3 were the last of the sausage gravy bombs. So they're pretty big, like they're pretty substantial. Like it's like my fist. These ones are smaller, but these are like mega. There's 2 what are those called? 2 little smokies, a spooky brick of chili, and a piece of American cheese. So there we go. These will flash freeze when they're cool, and then people will just air fry them or microwave them when they want them. I'm walking past my kitchen window, and all I see, oh, it's not nearly, those flames were 20 feet high, maybe even higher, because our yard goes like downhill. It's hard to tell, but it goes quite drastically downhill. Oh boy. And that tree fell recently in a storm. So this is what we're doing tonight. Oh boy. Let's just hope everything goes as smoothly as it possibly can. I mean, I'm just over here gathering my ingredients to make some homemade barbecue sauce, and all of a sudden I see kind of like, see it over there in that corner, and I kind of went over. I mean, it just got bigger and bigger. I was like, holy cow. Alright, so I got inspired because I was making barbecue sauce. I've never made this before. But I also have my favorite sweet Vidalia onions on hand. And that's my favorite flavor of Sweet Baby Ray's, the best barbecue sauce brand in the world. But I really love a sweet Vidalia onion. So I'm going to just simmer this for like the 10-15 minutes with that in there. And then I might blend it up, like immersion blend, to make it smooth. We'll see. But I am so excited that I just happen to have the right onion on hand to recreate this. Man, you know, when you have those days when you regret not filming from the beginning, because holy moly have I been busy. But you know what, we'll catch you up right here. I made homemade fettuccine pasta in my amazing vintage pasta maker. And it has a tomato pesto, along with the pasta. It was made with all semolina floured dehydrated veggies and my great grandpa Gino's seasoning blend. So the pasta itself is incredibly seasoned and with eggs, so it's actually pretty decent for you. And then I made homemade meatballs, which are beef and pork, also with powdered dehydrated veggies. And that's what I use to mostly season them, dehydrated veggies. All the peppers, onions, celery, carrots, spinach, all of the veggies I powder, dehydrate, and use as seasonings. It's super convenient. Now, what I'm showing you here is how I'm prepping them for the kids. So some, maybe I'll keep 1 or 2 out in the fridge, but usually I'll just put all of them right into the freezer because they already ate some now as it's fresh. And then when I pack it up, I like to pack it up in a way that makes the most sense and the most convenient, just like a frozen TV dinner that you get at the grocery store. But now you know exactly what's in it. And it's kind of portioned out heavier on the protein, smaller portion, but still that pasta is packed with protein and veggies as well. But they will add other sides, veggies, fruits, and stuff as they heat them up. These are my favorite containers for it. I also have some just different ones. That this was a little bit smaller. But that's what I'm doing with this, the pasta and meatballs I made. I have a bunch more meatballs, so I'll show you what I'm planning to do with the leftover meatballs that I still have. Alright, so this is how many meatballs I have left. This is a pretty large tray. So this is how many I have left after meal prepping some. So what I decided is I'm going to make Korean barbecue sauce. I'm going to go ahead and make Korean barbecue sauce and then decide however much I feel like can go with this. And then I'm going to make up some white rice. And so then they'll have a rice and meatball meal in the freezer to choose from. And some, like I said, I don't know. I've never made this recipe. So if it's any good, we'll see how it goes. I actually doubled it just in case because it's just easy ingredients that I already had on hand. So we're going to go ahead and get that going on the stovetop. We're going to go ahead and get this simmering. And after, I don't know, I think it said to simmer for like 5 or 6 minutes or something like that. We want it to thicken up just a little bit, but then we are going to add a cornstarch slurry. So we're just going to let this kind of simmer for a bit and keep an eye on it. It already smells delicious. I love all those ingredients. Alright, the next set, I'm just going to do 3 of these for the freezer. These are the meatballs with the Korean barbecue sauce I made and some bone broth loaded veggie rice. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tops on there and find a room in the freezer and then keep going. Alright, now I'm packaging up things that were in the freezer. These were the chili cheese dog buns I made and the breakfast sausage bombs I made. I made homemade pasta today and I cooked up half of it, and this is the other half. I just put it in the freezer for a little bit and then they won't stick to each other. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all packaged up and labeled and into the freezer for more convenience meals.